They're not interested in family anymore. They're not interested in community justice. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. If you stand, won't you stand? Stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by your mothers. Stand by your fathers. Won't you stand? Won't you stand by your children? Darling, darling, stand by your mothers. Stand by your fathers. Won't you stand? Won't you stand by your children? Won't you stand? Won't you stand by your children?
Awesome.
I am a pastor, counsellor, community worker, a humanitarian. I work with the suicide prevention now for 18 years. And I've been going through 800 radio programs, processing stuff, from burning flags to being an activist standing for the DHP, patients' rights, to standing for mayor. But you know, it's becoming increasingly evident that it's not only an attack on the family, it's an attack on the whole of society. Because even when I stood for mayor, there were no such thing as community rights anymore. It was all about elitism, money and power. And these leaders, they just seem to line their own pockets. They're not interested in family anymore. They're not interested in community justice. They just want to look after their own nest. And it appears to me that this is about a revolution. This is about people power. This is about you and me rising up, taking our power back. This message needs to go right out throughout the country, that all mothers and fathers, all people of society need to come together and recognise the meltdown is happening. Our families are being destroyed. There are no rights anymore. And if you and me don't take back our power and don't unite, there's going to be intergenerational trauma. It's going to affect generations to come. Just look around you at what's going on in our society. And the family law system has become a political succubus, a blood-sucking vampire, a killing fields, CYFs with no support services, colluding with police and associates, butchering our families. Don't get me wrong, dirty cops, I've got nothing against the police, I wave at them all the time.
So do I!
Yeah, but when you get the police as frontliners now, starting to shoot to kill. Yeah, when you get the police colluding with Tamariki with the uplifts, and they're there as soon as the baby is born, and they're stealing the children on birth. That was disgusting at Hastings when I saw that first-handed for myself.
How many of those have happened without
Yes.
leanings of the public?
And we in Families for Justice and whānau ora, we demand not one more uplift.
No more!
No more!
Yeah.
Now we want to replace the state with Tamariki, with our own system, our own natural healers, our own practitioners. That's what we really want. And we want to remove the Social Worker Registration Board and establish our own social workers. We want them to stop the racist narrative. Politicians and bureaucrats are not gods. They are our servants.
Yeah!
They're supposed to be serving you and me. Why are they sucking in all the money? Why are they serving all the elitists around the world and the UN, and they're no longer serving you and me, the people?
But they don't care.
They don't care. Blood money isn't funny. The MPs are out to lunch. No money for perjury. Mama Dada is the new social mantra. Everybody say after me, Mama Dada.
Mama Dada!
Mama Dada.
Mama Dada!
It's a no-brainer. Every child needs a father and every child needs a mother. Now, I went through my own family court ordeal. I married a Cambodian woman, and she was a little bit insular and a bit controlling. And I went for a split, and she tried to bring a charge of violence against me. But I went to court. One time she had a knife there she was using against me, and I said to the judge, she attacked me for a knife. But the whole system was trying to use us against one another. But now we've reconciled it, and I get access to my own children now 4 times a week. But I realise that the system is a blood-sucking vampire, and we should have shared parenting and family mediation. Let's abolish the family court. Get rid of it.
Adversarial doesn't work!
Doesn't work. Replace it with family mediation, family restoration. This is what we want. And running the New Zealand Suicide Prevention Trust, I've put together 12 modules. These social workers are doing false assessments, aren't they? We know that. They're rubber stamping exactly what the court says. It's a kangaroo court, and they're just falsifying evidence against us. And really, each and every one of us needs to identify with our higher power, be it the Lord Jesus, Buddha, or even if you're a Muslim. And you can become a listener practicing suicide first aid. Now, suicide first aid is quite simple. It's the 4 C's. You connect with a person, hello, how are you? You confront, how do you intend to take your life? You confirm their reasons for living. How's this going to affect your family? How's it going to affect the world, everyone that you know? And then you contract with a safety plan. That's simple. We should be all there as suicide first aiders. Then you practice buddy supporter. Anyone here knows how simple it is just to support someone. Just to practice some advocacy. It's just being a good listener, isn't it? And then talking therapy, you just ask the person, what's troubling you? And you help them to work through their issues. Now, I've got this marked out here as 1, 2, buddy supporter, 3, grief therapist, 4, freedom fighter. You're fighting on behalf of that individual to make sure that their rights are met by the particular system. 4, 5, become a healer, trauma recovery practitioner. And everyone has to do a wellness plan. Who knows, if you're on meth and or on drugs, you can't look after your own kids properly. You need to get real and honest about your real situation and become a real father and real mother. Everyone here needs to do a wellness plan and identify the triggers in your life and the areas where you've been affected since your childhood, okay? It's called counselling. It's quite simple. And once you become a counsellor, once you go 6 steps down, you then become an uplifter, a person who can uplift other people, help other people, wise leader, insightful seeder, humanitarian, messenger of hope, and a life mentor. So we are all going to enlist today to become humanitarians, buddy supporters, who are practicing advocacy, who are listening to one another. I have a grave concern. I feel unless we're working together, men's groups, Families for Justice, Aotearoa, the whānau order, unless we're working together, we're lost. We're doomed. The system knows that. It'll pick us off individually.
Divide and rule.
Divide and rule. But we stand together, one nation, one people, we stand together against the onslaught, the attacks, the anti-life forces. We can make it.
United!
We can do it together. United we stand.
United!
Divided we fall. And I think that this van that Steve's got here, I think it's a brilliant idea. It becomes a protesting van, and we can come to any town, put people in it, and we go outside judges' houses and social workers' homes. You know, when we done the bothering, they started to listen. They started to put articles in the paper about it. They didn't like it. They don't mind it if you're shut down and quiet in the corner. But you start protesting outside a judge's house, a social worker's house, and you become an enemy of the state. A few of us here are perhaps a bit afraid to speak out because we don't want to be identified. I'm sorry, you are already identified. The state has already got your number. They're already uplifting your children.
It's on the National Intelligence Database.
National Intelligence Database. So you have no option but to enlist, to step out, to be all out for the truth. That's the way of the future. Fear not the truth. United we stand, divided we fall. Thank you very much. Jesus love you all. Thank you.